This is a theme song.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Don't expect anything.
More like Pod Blast. Ho, 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 it's that time. Wait, is that what you say?
No!
Sorry, we can take fucking Hugh.
No, not this again. You're awful at this job.
Oh boy.
That's
It's that
pretty good.
time again. I'm sitting here and I'm drinking a beer and I'm feeling pretty endeared to these two fellas on my right.
That was the best thing I've ever heard.
A
in my
man
life.
with a beard. And he's getting weird. It's Jeremy Costa.
I hate how much I like that intro. That really frustrates me.
And on my left, I blanked.
You blanked! The pressure! This is what I do
blanked.
every week. Every week I deal with that pressure. Now you know how much I have to deal with it, dude.
I really do. I really feel like I've
Take
come to-
3, time for me.
Oh my god! He stole it! Josh is in.
He's the host now.
Start again.
To my right.
Oh,
I
no,
have
you
you.
gotta do from the top, dude.
Whoa,
You gotta
whoa.
go from the top, dude.
Whoa.
I wanna hear your intro.
My intro.
Yeah. You gotta do the oh
You
boy.
gotta step up to the plate. And
You
do
didn't
it.
even say the name of the show. Did you say the name of the show?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Alright.
I didn't.
I'm doing it. Oh, you did it, you did it! Alright.
It's don't expect anything. Episode 7.
7.
8.
I don't think
9.
so. Let's,
One of us is right.
wait, you guys just are counting now.
Wait, well, 6 was the last.
6 was
one.
chicks.
And then,
Drink.
what a kingly line.
I don't think we should use numbers because we are so lost.
I'm on track.
We're just burning through them. I don't know.
Welcome back.
such an emphatic start. Such an
That was
emphatic
great.
opener.
Oh, like I was in moment 1. I was.
You
in.
blew my water out of me.
What?
That's 70%.
We just recorded a lot
So
of
do
like,
you mean you just?
pieces of intro.
Did you mean you just sucked water out of you?
This whole episode is attempted intros. You go round the table.
That's
Go.
the name of the
Yeah,
episode.
pursed lips to his lips.
No, because you know you say you blew me out of the water. You
Yeah.
blew the water out of me.
Oh.
That's how.
Yeah, but I'm trying to see how that would work.
Like a whale.
revolutionary it was.
Like
Like,
a
yeah, like
whale.
a
Or a
dolphin. Free Willy.
Free Willy.
Free Willy, Moby Dick.
Yeah, Moby
And
Dick.
another whale's named after.
And to my left,
Yeah.
he's shirtless.
Girtless.
Shirtless. Doesn't have any. He doesn't have any yogurt to speak of. And
I'm hurtless.
and
I'm
Jenny-
untouchable.
it's Hugh Davies. Welcome to your show.
Well-
your host.
Well, how'd you do?
To this week, we promised.
Alright, cut the video.
Oh, goy.
Go to John.
And
we can't-
me.
Cast 3 is not a good topic to have this much build up to.
Take number.
Oh god, I'm sweating.
You're
Josh,
not doing numbers.
No.
Take B.
this week,
Technically representative of a number within the alphabet, but you know, it's number 2. Like one poop.
this week, Josh and I promised you were all waiting, breathless. What are you giggling at?
I just want to ask you.
yeah, what's up?
Can you tell the difference
Yeah.
between B1
Margarine
and B2?
and-
The bananas?
Don't they have it written on
Yeah,
their
they have it written on
pajamas,
them. They do?
on their actual pajamas?
You gotta do
that's
your
useful.
research.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have their
When you come
numbers.
in here,
Oh, makes sense.
Hey, did you see how fucked up it looks now because it's all animated?
No,
Everything's
I haven't
animated
seen
now.
that.
It's just
Wait, is it
solid
that 3D animation though? I
Yeah.
think I might have. Okay,
Yeah.
I rescinded my earlier comment. I
It's
think I might have seen
nightmarish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The costumes were so good, and the
It was
sets. That was the best.
It was, God, man, classic Australian television.
Oh yeah.
Do you know how big the Wiggles
Did
are?
you? Sorry, go.
Did I what?
International.
Did you ever watch The Magic Pudding as a kid?
Oh yes, I did. I remember.
Fuck
that
yeah!
movie.
What a movie.
I remember. I feel you said magic pudding. I felt weird sexual feelings.
This is the fucking episode. Why? What do you
go in.
mean? What angle? The pudding? The koala?
Yeah, is it the magic or the pudding?
The
Yeah.
pudding.
Like
the
hot
pudding.
pudding? You want to put your dick into it, or
He reminds me of was he really round or in a bowl or something?
Oh, he was creepy.
he was in a bowl?
He was creepy.
He was in a bowl.
Why do
Most
I?
people in a bowl. are
Maybe
creepy.
this is unease, and I just associate unease with sex.
Maybe.
Is that a big mosquito or
Yeah, there's a
a?
big fly.
it's a big mosquito.
Do you want to not kill it? Cool. Anyway, magic
Just let it be.
pudding.
Yeah, I'm feeling weird feelings about. I don't know why. Maybe I should watch that again.
How do you feel about pudding now?
I make chocolate pudding often.
You make
So-
chocolate pudding. Where's my
You're
little
never at my
slice?
house. I'm always here. So,
Why can't you
Well,
make it here?
well, do you have all the things?
Yeah,
I
we
don't
have
know.
coal.
I gotta be honest
Out of
with
the
you.
grocery
We
store.
do have. I want oh, is it good?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, not to toot your own horn.
Nah, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't toot your own horn?
Don't have the flexibility.
No. This week, Josh and I are talking about Cars 3.
Oh no! I'll make
I gotta be honest. We get it. We. That was gold.
Do you have Bourneville cocoa?
Jason Bourneville Coco.
That's good. That's really good.
He's on the floor. He's on the.
Jesus Christ! It's Jason Bourneville cocoa. What an ad they could have had.
All right. Well,
They
so
would be glad.
while shirtless Hugh was rummaging through our cupboards, Josh, we watched recently. I did this because I've seen every single Pixar film and I wanted to complete that, and I had not seen Cars 3 yet. You were just in the room at the time, and then
I think I've seen most Pixar films. So.
yeah. Okay, let's run through them all. All
You
18.
list them because you know them.
All 18.
I'll just-
Toy Story.
Yes.
Toy Story 2.
Yes.
Toy Story 3.
Yes.
Cars 1.
Yes.
Cars 2.
You have a
Yes.
ceramic dish?
You seen Cars 2?
Yeah, I've seen Cars 2, the Mater one.
The made a what?
Do you have a ceramic dish?
Yeah, probably up there.
We're trying to record a fucking podcast.
Yeah,
What are
you
you-
told me to fucking bake.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that at all. Did we tell him to bake? I just said it'd be
No.
nice to try one of your cupcake, your pudding sometime. And now you're baking? Are you baking?
We got cocoa, got
He's
flour,
baking.
we got some dishes up there.
Should we go on the scene? Should we record this video wise?
Cars 3.
Cars. Okay,
Wait, we're doing a list.
Cars
We gotta
2.
finish
Cars
them.
2. The Mater one.
Yeah, I saw the Mater one.
Cars 3 you've seen.
Yeah, I haven't seen Planes.
What?
Was that Pixar?
No, Planes is not Pixar.
Good, yeah. that's what I'm
The
thinking.
Incredibles.
Oh, yeah.
Wall-E.
Yep,
Brave.
yep,
Monsters Inc.
yep, and University.
Monsters University. Inside Out.
Yep.
The Good Dinosaur.
No.
Oh, that's 14. What am I missing? Oh, Ratatouille.
Rat-
Yes.
You were so passionate about that film. Up.
Yep.
A Bug's Life.
Yep.
And Coco, which just came out this week, so you haven't seen it.
No.
Yeah. Oh, you have. You just haven't seen... What one?
The Good Dinosaur.
The Good Dinosaur. You don't have to see that. Coco apparently is really good,
Yeah, more like the bad dinosaur.
but The Good Dinosaur is mediocre at West.
Lackluster at best.
Yeah.
West.
Yeah, at West. But even worse than fucking The Good Dinosaur
Yes.
is Pixar's Cars 3. Cars 3. Thou my lord.
I think what Pixar was trying to do here was like
Wait, Hugh, have you seen this Cars 3? Come here. We're going to tell you about this movie. Save the baking for later. For our Patreon subscribers.
they were really trying to
They all
do.
get a slice.
So okay. Here I'm gonna before we start
Yeah.
talking, here is a rundown of the Cars franchise. Have you seen the first one?
I've seen, yes, the first one.
So the first one involves Lightning
Lightning-
McQueen,
yeah.
a cocky upstart.
The green car.
He was going. No, he's red.
Well,
No, but
t-
there
tell
is
us-
a green car in
Better
it.
yet, tell us what you remember,
from
Cars.
the original
Cars 1.
Yeah.
Lightning McQueen, he's at the Piston Cup.
Oh my God! Yes, yes.
And he's like, he stops in
Did you remember?
He doesn't want to stop in the pit stop, so he like blows his wheels off, and then he like crawls over the line. It's a draw.
Sticks
he,
his tongue out.
Sticks,
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
and then they like, so it's a draw. So they like put the cup later or whatever. They say like, hey, we're gonna do it later. And then he goes to a country town to learn how to like win.
Radiated Springs.
Yeah, and then he meets Mater, and he's like, there's some old guy who used to. He's like, his name's like Harvey something.
Hudson. Doc Hudson. I think.
Yeah,
Oh
Harvey
no, is that
Hudson.
someone else? Hudson. His last name's Hudson. It may be Doc.
Yeah,
I'm not
Hudson
sure.
fucking Rocket, whatever the
Doc
fuck.
Hudson might be
And he
someone
teaches him how to drift, like
Hudson
something.
Hawk? Hornet? Hudson Hawk? Sorry. Yeah, teaches him how to drift.
Yeah, he teaches him how to drift.
Who's Doc Hudson?
And then Tokyo Drift comes out next.
Tokyo! Wait,
And then he goes
That's
to the
Fast and
cup
Furious.
and like there's probably some like contentious thing that happens where he like thinks he can't race, but then he does race and then he wins or something.
Pretty much, yeah. That's it. That's what happened. No, he doesn't win. No, he's going to win.
Oh, and
but
then he doesn't.
The green guy
With the
pushes
mustache.
the mustache.
Hitler, the vehicle.
Destroys the blue guy because it was a three-way tie race.
The dude with the massive spoiler.
Yeah. And then, spoiler alert, Lightning McQueen does not finish the race
the
and
worst.
pushes him across the line, and he's like learns about himself.
Yeah.
I don't like
He learns the value of community.
the rules in cars. Though.
Yeah, Doc Hudson. It was the car. I fucking nailed that. You don't like the rules of
Yeah.
car? What do you mean?
Like, it just doesn't. That world doesn't make much sense to me.
I was...
Oh yeah, because it doesn't stem off anything at all.
Yeah, it's like the
It's
cars.
just an amalgamation.
There's not much consistency with like the rules of what the cars can
And
do as
you
and, like
can't-
anthropomorphic cars.
Because you can't base anything off anything we believe on.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
there's-
because
there's no
all,
truth.
all their language is like they say the word sitting and like running, but they're cars.
Yeah, it doesn't make
So,
any sense.
I guess running, but sitting, they don't do anything. Yeah, it's very odd. They don't need to because it's for kids. It's to sell toys.
Yeah, exactly.
But let's just say I was under the influence one time when I was watching Cars,
Amused and enthused.
and I freaked the fuck out, and I started shouting, "This is so weird! This looks so..." Because they were like gesturing with their wheels. And their
Yeah.
eyes were like their whole windshield, and I was freaking the fuck out because they're really odd. If you like, just because when you go to a movie, you like accept the reality straight away, so you can enjoy the. So I took myself out of it.
Suspension of disbelief.
Yeah, and I took myself out. I was like, "This is the oddest thing I've ever seen."
It's strange.
Anyway, do you remember Cars 2? Do you want to explain Cars 2 to him?
Wait, okay,
remember.
Cars 2.
Oh, have you
Cars
seen it?
2, no. Cars 2, I'm gonna just pitch it though. It's probably.
Oh, I would love to see what you think they
You
did with
might
the
love.
franchise.
You might love Cars too.
I could show you.
I
Right now.
might remember some details I watched from a video. Is it the one where it's not focused on Lightning McQueen?
Yep.
And it's about Mater and he's a spy?
Yep, that's it.
It's like Johnny English, but like they just did it with cars.
Yeah, with Larry the Cable Guy.
Really?
That's who voices Mater.
I didn't know that.
Oh.
I don't know movies. I know
Sorry.
Ratatouille, and that is it.
Do you know
and
who
Lord of
voice-
the Rings Extended Edition 1 through 3.
Do you know who voices Lightning McQueen?
Patton Oswalt.
Wow. Wow.
Wally?
Wow. Fucking Owen
Wilson.
voices Lightning McQueen, dude.
The nose.
Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just, I don't remember, but it's about like how these new cars are coming out with new
Japanese, no doubt.
technology and fuel or something. Anyway, it was convoluted as fuck. He was a secret agent.
Yeah.
And there was it was stupid.
But like he
Anyway,
didn't know he was a secret agent, so it was like he did, but he was a
Yeah,
fool.
it was-
He was a jester.
He was a bumbling.
He was a
fool,
jester
yeah.
in a car costume.
And yeah, it was dumb. Anyway, Josh, please let Hugh know where the franchise peaked during the wrap of the
did
trilogy.
something.
Do you remember what happened?
Of Cars 2.
Yeah, no, 3.
Oh,
Yeah,
3,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Do you remember?
I just remember feeling like
Oh my god! Do you want to lie down?
Yeah, should I ask you how you feel?
Oh my god! Yeah. Take a lie down. Oh, all right. Please continue.
well,
How did Cars 3 make you feel?
I felt like it was aimed at two different audiences at the same time, but they didn't successfully pull off either one. So you have like the child cars thing where you just have the cars say and do things that the children will respond to easily, just like
It's like
like buzzwords and such.
it's like poop jokes, but with car parts instead of.
Yeah,
the
and then you
poo.
just like have the cars there, and they're like, "Oh, my favorite car," or whatever, and then just like stunned by that. But then the whole story was really adult,
Oh my god, dude! It was.
but not like interesting adult, just like it was another one of like him developing as a car.
Yeah. So what
As a
happened was
person.
he's racing and he's like having a great time.
Oh, whoa.
And he's getting on well.
Shocker,
with-
he's racing.
He's getting on well with all his competitors, and then this like new guy named Jackson Storm.
Why couldn't he have been Storm Jackson? So much cooler.
Why be
All right, Jackson.
Storm? It's so lazy, and he's a new breed of racer, which also begs the question: is he like?
Stop
Was he-
doing this.
was he-
Stop trying to like.
But like
understand
he's
it.
like a new breed, and he's got like better.
You just
He's faster and all. He's got better
Transmission's probably better.
electronics. I'm like, so is he born? Was like a
Yeah, how did
is this
I-
like
yeah.
a mutant, or did they build him, or what?
That's one thing that always
So-
confuses me is like how do the cars come into being? Are there do the cars procreate, or just like do car mechanics like build new cars?
Yeah.
And it's
Well, the thing
very
is-
strange.
And there's a shot in the first one where it's like a fly buzzer thing, you know, with the flies.
the zappers,
There's
yeah.
fly zapper.
I know
and
them very well.
They're tiny cars with wings on them. Flies aren't tiny humans with wings on them.
That makes no sense.
Why would the flies be tiny?
That's like a
cars?
weird inversion that they didn't need to
They were
make
like
from reality.
They're like buggies because they're bugs.
Also,
So, yeah.
they
That's
changed
cute.
parts.
Yes,
that I admit that is cute.
that's what they did. It was cute for a little joke, but then it just breaks the whole world. 'Cause like,
Takes
well,
you out of the movie. Like
They changed parts though.
Do you like Apple's line?
How many parts can they change until they're like, where's their soul?
yeah, that's it. Because the whole movie is about Lightning McQueen facing retirement.
Yeah,
Because everyone-
obviously.
But he's a car. Just like upgrade him.
Yeah.
So
Doesn't make
they
any sense.
can't do that. No. Yeah. Anyway, so they're at this event, and then Jackson Storm fucking does something, and Lightning McQueen gets demolished. He has this huge crash and everything. And in the trailers, it was like this slow motion thing of it was like, after this moment, everything will change. But it cuts to him just being fine and like just like
Well, that's
moping
how you do
around,
it.
moping around his friends. Like, I'm gonna get back into it after like remembering Doc Hudson saying something to him. Anyway, so he goes to this new facility with his new sponsors, and there's this woman car who's like training. She's like, no, plays into. She's like the trainer.
Woman car.
She's training, and she's in the high tech facility, and then he like gets around the street, and they're trying to do old school tactics. It's like Rocky 4. He's trying to like train.
I haven't seen any of the Rocky movies.
He's trying to. We got to do a run the series with Rocky, dude.
I know he probably he says Adrian and punches a dead pig.
Rocky 4 has a 12-minute training montage. It's fucking epic, dude. And it's America because this was at the height of the Cold War, and this is
Oh god.
so he's versing fucking Ivan Drago, who had killed he killed Apollo Creed, the epitome of America.
Oh
And
shit.
massacred. He killed him. This is spoilers, by the way. Kills him in the ring,
I'll forget.
and then fucking Rocky has to like go to the cold mountains, and he's throwing logs and he's running up hills, and then it's cut to Ivan Drago in like a high
He's
tech.
pulling the
Yeah,
sled or whatever.
yeah. It's like a high tech facility working out, and then so it's kind of
It's like
like
wholesome versus
yeah. So then he's trying to like do all this. Lightning McQueen's trying to like train the market.
I forgot we were talking about
like cars. Yeah.
I was getting lost in this Rocky narrative.
So he's trying to train this younger person. It's basically the first movie, but he's the mentor, but we don't know that until the end because like he's running his race.
Yeah.
The last race, they get there and he's like feeling depressed about it, and he pits and he goes to her, "You're gonna race for me." It's like, but we can't change race. Like it's not the car.
Adrian?
No. We're talking about
Oh, we're
Cars
talking
3.
about cars.
Rocky punches, cars race. that's how it
I
works.
just elbow drops your laptop.
So he's like,
From the top row!
so he's like, you
Broken
drive,
in half.
you drive for me. She's like, but it's her car. He's like, it's not the car, it's the number. Is that true?
What?
Yeah. So she goes, she puts on the number 95 and races and finishes the race and wins for him because that was
That
the
just
marvelous-
disrupts so much I believed.
it was,
Or
very-
thought, I
but
didn't
yeah,
believe
what
it.
Josh was saying was the whole A plot is Lightning McQueen facing retirement, right?
Jesus Christ.
It's a kids movie, and they're like,
It's a B plot at best.
no, but it's a kids movie. This movie's
Yeah.
aimed to sell toys for kids, and he's
But,
like,
but I guess it's a kids' movie saying like, oh, it's okay that you can come like second. Like there are gonna be people you're never gonna be the perfect in life.
Yeah, you're gonna get the shit kicked out of you in
Eventually
primary
you'll do
school by some bully. You're
But
like,
that
you
was
can
the
be
first
second
one.
best.
this one, he's like, he goes to his
Lord
sponsor,
knows I
and,
did.
and the sponsor's like talking about retiring him because he's not performing well. He's like, look at all this, and it's like a wall of franchising opportunities. You're like, what is happening?
Yeah,
Like,
you gotta sell out, kids.
what kids can
Just get
connect,
sponsored.
connect with the story?
Older kids.
Yeah, but at that age, like you're gonna connect with it no matter what, really. Like,
It's just bright colors and
yeah, you're gonna
I
with
think-
Bugs Life. Like, I connected to that movie when I was young.
I
and,
haven't revisited Bugs Life.
It's not great. It's a fine movie, but like just like you have really visceral like memories of the way even just one shot looked, like the way like the grains that they were harvesting looked. Like it's you didn't get the message when you were a kid, and even if you do get the message now, it can't detract from like the things you actually really felt when you saw the movie, like things that it elicited in you, which you can't forget.
Yeah. Which was the
There's a
first?
lot of movies like that.
Which was the first Pixar film you saw?
Bugs Life.
Oh, was
Yeah,
Bugs
yeah,
Life?
it was Bugs Life.
On VHS.
Yeah, Bugs Life on VHS.
Yes,
I
yeah.
don't think it was Toy Story. It would be close between those two. But
I always think about revisiting Pixar films because I watch them a lot. And I never want to go back to Toy Story because I always feel like I'll be depressed again. And I just have this weird connotation. But I guess it's like the Suicide Pact at the end of 3, or like the weird hybrid ones at the end of 1 that freaked me out as a kid. That I just keep remembering, so I don't remember like the solid jokes and the cool. But I don't know. Anyway, also the first Toy Story does not hold up. I think that might be
In
device.
terms of like the production value, or
No, in terms of no. So story wise, it does.
yeah,
But in terms of how it looks, like
yeah, just like
computer animation's got so much better. It's
Yeah.
kind of freaky looking.
yeah. When I was watching like Lord of the Rings extended again over the past few days, and
Gollum.
Gollum, Treebeard.
Yeah,
It's
It's starting to show its age.
but it's nice that they use so many physical effects in that, like practical effects. I mean,
Yeah, so it doesn't stand out too well. But yeah, Gollum.
It'll hold up. for
I
a
started
second.
noticing like the ground,
the shadows and the shadows on the ground.
I
Yeah.
liked how like if he's on straw, the straw wasn't really rusting
Yeah.
or anything. That's just something that as we got up, people became more
I did
perceptive.
cry again though. I did
Oh
cry.
shit! Yeah, Joshua had not seen it at all,
Yeah.
and we finished Return of the King last week, and he never cries. He's stoic as a fucking tree.
Yeah, as a rock in winter.
Yeah. Are they
Got him.
more
When,
stoic than summer rocks?
At the end, when he comes into the room and he's in bed.
That you got to use names. You can't use
No,
pronouns.
he knew the exact time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, when everyone's coming in, it's just like a parade of joy. Like
And-
that's one thing
And
that
then
always
Sam
gets me is
comes in
human joy.
like, just a bit later, and that's when I'm like,
Yeah.
oh.
And like, he doesn't run in and like jump on the bed. He just gives him that knowing smile across the room, and you're just like,
because I've just been through so much.
I think I mentioned it to you, but the scene, like, if I'm not
Oh.
already in tears, it's just when Aragorn goes up to the four hobbits at the coronation, and he's like,
Yeah.
"You bow like my friends," and the look on his face, like it's so sincere, like so grateful of what they've done.
How crazy they could think that anyone could. They should
And just
bow to
like, you
anyone.
bow to no one, and like the whole congregation is
Shit.
below their level. It's just like, even though it's only a physical thing, like it means so much more.
Oh,
But yeah,
God.
because they've always been hobbits. They've always
Exactly.
been like under.
Exactly.
And for the first time, they're
Under-
above it. Like their heads are poking above everyone else.
Although I have to say, if you're at the back of that coronation, like at the tip of
Yeah.
you cannot hear
You're not-
or see a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
I always laugh when that shot pans up above that because I'm like, yeah, look at those fuckers.
And like a few days earlier, some guy just committed suicide off that.
That's one of the big continuity errors
What?
in that movie.
What?
Because you know when they're marching, like Denethor's marching towards his funeral pyre, and he's got Faramir with him. They walk like on this really long, narrow bridge away from like the tree
Oh, yeah,
and the
they
tip,
do,
and so
yeah.
like they walk off to like some crypt. But then when it cuts to that shot, like he's somehow on fire, but he's ran like 400 meters to the point. And that thing, I'm always like,
Yeah,
it doesn't quite track, but I'll let it pass.
Yeah,
you know?
'cause it's
It
a
can't be a
world
perfect movie.
There's like a guy come back from the dead and shit, so you can't take it. Yeah. But
When they're at the gates
You
of
guys-
when they're at the gates of Mordor and Aragorn chops off the head of the messenger.
oh yeah,
In the next shot, when the orcs are marching out, like there's no horse and there's no body of the messenger.
Oh
and
yeah,
it's just
I
like,
saw that. I saw
I'll
that.
overlook that. I'll overlook it.
Yeah.
I'll overlook it because it's a pivotal moment.
Because it was a standard edition.
Yeah.
Cut to a real movie, so they didn't. Yeah.
Exactly.
But oh man, when the moment that gets me, I'm crying like an hour before the film ends. And you know, how everyone's like,
I know what's coming.
There's too many endings and stuff like that. They're right, but I don't really give a crap because I love them all. It's such
Yeah.
an epic story. You
Yeah.
got to tie these things off in different ways.
It
emotional
deserves
beat.
an epic ending.
Like, because they go to cut the black, or they fade to black,
Yeah.
and they fade back. And I'm like, yeah, okay, it seems like an ending.
They could have put epilogue in a
Yeah.
in
Or
a
like just
fucking
cut to the next
Chiron,
scene
yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
It does seem like, oh, there's another ending, but I love every. But it's when, like, he says goodbye, because whenever I watch it, I'm like, I'm gonna cry, and then I don't when he's saying goodbye to Merry, Pippin, and Sam.
Yeah.
Frodo saying goodbye to him. And I'm like, oh, I should be crying right now. I'm not, and I get surprised. I'm like, oh, I've watched so many times. And then Frodo's on the boat, and he looks back at them, and he smiles, and I fucking tears
You just
start
go.
streaming through my eyes, and I drown myself in my own happiness and sadness and like all these emotions. Man, that movie's. That's why the Return of the King is the favorite, because it still elicits emotion after me.
Yeah.
20 times after I've seen it before.
I was watching like behind the scenes footage of for like I think it's like Elijah Wood's last shot and like Viggo Mortensen's like last shot, and even at that I was like getting fucking emotional because like Peter Jackson goes up to Elijah Wood after his final shot. It's like when he's writing the book, so he just stands up from a desk and like apparently it took like 30 takes because he just didn't want to say like like we got it. He didn't want him to end, so he just kept saying like we'll take it again, and like everyone could see that he just never wanted it to end. But it finally did, and he just embraced him for like 5 minutes and was like, thank you, like in tears. And they're both just crying, like such an emotional set, such an emotional movie.
Is that why he went back and made those fucking Hobbit movies?
Let's not talk about
is
that
that
scene
why-
in the fucking rapids where they cut between GoPro footage and
That's a real low point.
So obvious.
That's a real low
Takes
point.
me out of the movie completely.
And it's got the audio of the GoPro as well. Like, why
you can hear it like crackling in the wall.
Why would you include
Such a
that?
poor decision.
Have you seen the Hobbit films?
No.
So there's this scene in the second. There's like
barrel
a
riding
Smaug
scene.
where like escaping from orcs, escaping from a elven city, and then the orcs are so they're going down these rapids in barrels, and so they cut to a POV shot of the dwarf barrel, but it's just like a GoPro footage, and it's like this crisp HD image, and then like as a GoPro,
Like a YouTube video of a guy like base jumping off a crane.
yeah,
Like,
just tumbling down a river, and they keep cutting back to it.
It's insane.
And,
It's so bad.
There's one shot of a bridge is crumbling, and Legolas is jumping because he's an elf, so he's lighter. But
I'm out of here.
he jumps on the falling bits of debris to like go back to safety because he's so light. He's like a boing 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 on like rocks and jumps up, and it's so cartoonish.
I could understand that for like one piece of debris to make it back.
He has about three, I think, three or four.
Wait, that's too many. That's too many.
It's too many debris.
No.
It's an overload of debris nonsense. But so they're like I'm partial to them, but it's a small book. Like Lord of the Rings are 3 huge books with dense material. The Hobbit is 1 book. I know people have said this time and time again. I guess they could have stopped at 2 movies. It didn't need to be a trilogy. Peter Jackson just loved working this world. He said he has another plan for. I think he wants to make 4 more trilogies or something out of the back knowledge and all that J.R. Tolkien wrote, but leave well enough alone with the movies because The Hobbit is so stretched out and just nonsense. There's so many singing scenes of just like dwarves singing a song for 2 minutes, and that's a scene because they have to really stretch it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's and the last movie is just a battle. It's a 2.5-hour battle, but it doesn't look great because instead of using practical effects like he did in the Two Towers, he just uses CGI, and it's just CGI monsters.
It's a festival of
fighting for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
No, 3 hours. Sorry, dumb.
I just can't believe they broke. Originally, with Lord of the Rings, they broke 3 books into 3 movies.
I just said this. Yeah.
Okay, yes, it's practical, and then just. Like the end of the first movie, he sees the mountain. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I thought he would have at least reached Dale or something. He would have been close.
Oh God, yeah.
Such a fuck around. Man.
And then the end of the second one, they fight the dragon, but the dragon escapes, and he goes, "I am fire," and he flies to the city, and it cuts, and and Bilbo goes, "What have we done?" And the movie cuts.
He
and
says
you have to
what
wait.
the audience is thinking.
Yeah, then you have to wait another year, and then it's just over in 15 minutes. They kill the dragon in the first 15 minutes of 20 minutes of the film. You're like, oh, great. Fantastic.
They
great.
didn't play
and then it's just a fucking schlock, animated schlock, and then you're like, oh, yeah, we're done.
Okay, now we're going to move on to explaining what words mean. Schlock, it's on the block. What does it mean? What does schlock mean?
It's just a festive nonsense.
Is it a dictionary? Is it a Macquarie approved
I don't
word?
know.
Or is
You've
it...
never heard the word schlock before?
No.
Really?
Would I be taking this line of questioning if I'd heard the word before, Jeremy?
I used it was implied with context, I
Yeah.
guess, but I've
What do
never
you reckon
heard
the
the
word
word.
stimples could mean?
I'm looking up
Stimple?
schlock. I'm looking up the definition.
Stimples.
Schlock. SCHLOCK.
I feel like it's some sort of facial expression.
Definition.
I reckon they're how people get piercings in their dimples.
Cheap or
Yes! He's nailed it.
cheap or inferior goods or material. Semicolon trash.
What was the word again?
Schlock.
It's just trash.
Trash.
Schlock. It sounds like a Jewish... I made a real schlock of myself.
Alright.
Oh, I'm getting schlocks on a bagel.
Anyway,
Your
Cars
Jews understand
3
that.
is awful.
Trash on a bagel.
I hope the new
bagel.
Pixar film is good.
Is there a new one?
Lord of the Rings, yeah, Coco. Lord of the Rings is great.
Are you in love with it?
I'm
in love with the Coco.
Dana Coco Mo. Remember that?
Do we all do different
Aruba,
songs?
Jamaica.
I didn't
Ooh, I wanna take it to
Do the song.
Bermuda.
Okay, no, you were getting on. Make with the fucking finishing.
Outro. Thanks for listening to Don't Expect Anything.
Hey, fuck you for listening, buddy. You and your friends. I doubt you have any.
If you expected something from this, I hope you didn't, because what an episode. What a podcast we have here. It's a real schlock. fest.
And you learned a new word today. So
You did.
Yeah.
So, hey,
Schlock.
so fuck you for complaining.
part with this
Jesus
knowledge.
Christ, you're calling us schlock. Why are you listening then? If you fucking going on about, oh, this podcast isn't great. This podcast is just a
press,
mess.
Just press pause.
It's
Stop.
just a mess.
Just cut it here.
It's like,
Like,
it's
leave.
3 men
It
yelling
doesn't
at each
get
other.
better. Stop
I
listening.
Oh. You know, a clever thing to do is to hit the record button, but you have to do it twice on this one, which is quite disarming. I know I feel disarmed. Like a raging North Korea. I feel like my missiles have been taken away, and now I want my binky. Because quite frankly, that's stinky. You know what's clean and neat? Most social media site designs. Why is he talking about that, you might ask? Just asking for a friend if you could follow these cool guys over on DEA Podcast. That's on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Or you can email them if you want to get up close and funky. Don't expect anything podcast@gmail.com. I know where I want to be.